Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 6 of chapter 3. In this chapter, we will be comparing all the 5 approaches of qualitative research. We will be talking about their similarities and their differences. If we talk about the 5 main approaches, we have the narrative research, phenomenological research, ethnographical research, grounded theory, and case study. All 5 of them have a lot of things in common, which are very similar. The general process, the general procedure remains the same. They all begin with a research problem, then you have research questions, you collect the data, you analyze the data, and then you write your research report. They have similar data collection processes as well. Well, we were discussing them in detail. You saw that, a lot of them were using the same kind of data collection technique. For example, interviews, observation, documents, and some of them were using the same kind of data analysis technique as well. The main difference was in the focus and what you are trying to do. So if you talk about similarities, so the narrative, ethnographical, and case study research are may seem similar to you because they are analyzing one single analysis, one single individual, or one single company. But if we talk about, if we look at them, we'll see that in narrative research, you'll be inquiring about the stories of a certain person. You will be arranging the stories in a chronological order for other people to learn from those stories. For example, you may talk about a startup company and what did they experience, what was going on, like an autobiographical startup research that there is. Then in the ethnographical research, we will be focusing on a single person's story, but in the context of their culture, or their culture sharing group. In the case study research, you again would be researching on a particular company, but you will be trying to highlight a particular issue that happened or at a particular time that particular research occurred. There are some fundamental differences as well in all of them. The difference in their focus, the difference in their data collection technique or the analysis technique as well. Though the main difference, as I said, is what you are trying to analyze. What is your focus? So for example, in narrative research, your focus is to explore the life of an individual, whereas in the phenomenology, you are understanding the experiences of different people. In grounded theory, your focus is to develop a theory from the processes that is going on. In ethnographical research, you will be describing and interpreting the same problem, but in a particular culture, and how they are and you will be interpreting their culture and their reactions over there. In a case study research, you will be focusing on a particular case or multiple cases, but you'll have a bounded system. You will have an issue that you will be writing about. If we talk about narrative research, you will opt for narrative research when you need to tell the story of an individual experience. But if you want to talk about the experiences of many people and you want to describe the essence and how things work for different people, then we will be working on phenomenological research. If you want to develop a theory keeping in line the views of the participants, you will be doing a grounded theory research. If you are trying to describe or interpretate the patterns, the shared patterns of a culture, the shared beliefs of the culture, you will be doing an ethnographical research. But if you are providing an in-depth understanding of a particular company, a particular case, or different cases, or particular people, you will be doing a case study research. So they are a bit different in their nature of research. Again, in a narrative research, your sample would be one person, one individual. Main sample would be one individual. You're focusing on them, but you may talk about others if they are contributing to his own life, to the life of a single person. Whereas in phenomenological research, your sample would be around 10 to 20. You will be interviewing different people, and you will be researching and analyzing their experiences, usually by conversational analysis, by conversational in-depth interviews, and developing themes from there. In grounded theory, you will be studying a process, and then you will be making a visual model of how they were working, and you will be working on how people experienced over there, what was the hierarchical theory, what was the working theory over there. In ethnographical research, technically the entire culture is your sample, but obviously you can pick and choose over there. You go and you study the entire group as much as you can, who will give you the correct data, and then you research on them. So you basically, your main tool would be observation, but you will be conducting interviews as well, and you will have a field note as well. In case study, you will be studying the case in a particular situation. So your main sample is going to be that company, but in your participants, uh, you will be collecting information as many documents are there about that particular case, as many reports are there about that particular issue, and as many people were involved in that particular process, and then you will be describing them. So as I said, that this approach will help you determine that what kind of a data collection tool you will use and what kind of analysis technique you will use. Mostly business students use phenomenological research because they are more into understanding the impact, the lived experiences of different people. Educational research can go into narrative research as well. For example, if you are studying the experiences of a single teacher, and you can go over there. Grounded theory is also used in education and in business as well. Whenever there is no theory, you can understand the process, and then you can understand that, how did it work. The marketing example that I gave you, a company is using a marketing technique, but that marketing technique does not apply, is not according to any consumer buying or marketing theory. So you develop a theory. Some of the teachers in Pakistan are not trained, but they get trained in the process of teaching. So you can develop a theory about the teacher, that how can a teacher can involve in the system and learn. So each type of this qualitative research can be molded into your field of study. I hope that you understood the basic differences and similarities in all of the 5 approaches. This will be the end of your chapter 3. Thank you.